This is the moment that everybody's been waiting for. They see me on camera all the time, so it's not that special, even though it is. Las Vegas pool legend Zack Rosenblatt from the Arizona Daily Star, good buddy of mine, rages with me out west every summer. Was at the Johnny Manziel pool party with me. He could have written the story probably even better. 2 months until Las Vegas Memorial Day weekend 4. 1 day until Ohio State faces Arizona in the second round. That's what everybody's here to hear about. Arizona's size is a huge mismatch, a huge problem for Ohio State. Tell me a little bit about 1 through 5, why Arizona's poses such a big problem for the Buckeyes.
I mean, T.J. McConnell, point guard, is normal, 6'2", but then you go the rest of the starting lineup is 6'7" or taller. You have Ronnie Hollis Jefferson at 6'7", guarding the other team's best player. Stanley Johnson, 6'7", 245 pounds. Brandon Ashley, 6'9". Caleb Darzewski, 7 feet tall. Not many teams match up with that size, but especially Ohio State doesn't. And Arizona's biggest thing is when they out-rebound their opponent, they almost always win the game. And I don't know if Ohio State has the bodies to box them out and out-rebound them.
Arizona doesn't let people get to the rim, and that's a really tough thing for Ohio State. I covered the Buckeyes out in Chicago during the non-conference schedule. They played North Carolina. North Carolina's size, just like Arizona, probably the most favorable comparison between the two, really bothered Ohio State. Arizona's going to make D'Angelo Russell and the rest of their wings shoot over them, and there have been a lot of spurts, a lot of times where Ohio State's just gone cold from beyond the arc, and that's a really big issue for the Buckeyes and something they certainly cannot afford, even for a 5-minute spurt against Arizona on Saturday. The biggest key, I think that, even more so than the size, even that's part of it, is who's going to cover D'Angelo Russell, and that's Hollis Jefferson from Arizona. Really big guy. He can cover 1 through 4. Why is having him such a big advantage for the Wildcats?
I mean, he's been playing the other team's best player on defense all season long. He cares a bit more about that than his offensive game. Sean Miller, Arizona's coach, always cites the Gonzaga game he has all year, where in that game, and over the course of it, he covered Kevin Pangos, a 6'2" point guard, and he covered Kyle Wiltshire, 6'10" power forward, and shut them both down. And he's kind of done that all season outside of one game against Colorado where Skia Booker had like 30 points. But I mean, he's so athletic. He has a 7'1" wingspan. He's 6'7". He has the footwork of a point guard. He can just move so well. That's why he can stay with guys that are that small. But yeah, I mean, it's nobody's been able to do it on him pretty much.
Truthfully speaking, I think that when you look at just across the board, the 64 teams in this tournament, I look across the board and I think maybe outside of Kentucky, Arizona is the worst matchup for Ohio State, and I think Thad is aware of that. For Ohio State to be in this game, I think they're going to need to get some contributions from guys like Cam Williams, Keita Bates-Diop. Guys need to come off the bench and make shots that they wouldn't otherwise make. They need to get a lot of boosts from people, because D'Angelo Russell, I can envision a game right now where he goes 7 for 19 from the floor, finishes with 17 points, and Ohio State loses by 15. Ohio State needs to go to combat the size, maybe go small, shoot over that, and the shots need to go down. This is not a game Ohio State can win without the shots going in. So last question, Zach. I want a prediction from you. This is like the 15th take. Smokes were walking by. It was just a disaster. Zach, let's almost get through this one. Who do you got and when? Why?
I think Arizona by 11.
Score, dude, or
you want an actual score?
I want a score.
Okay, well,
now math is going to come into play.
80-69.
Math is tough. I think that I'm going to agree with you there. I don't know how Ohio State physically can match up for 40 minutes against this Arizona team. It's just, there's certain things that you can't do. And I think when you have guys as big as Arizona does across the board, it's just going to be a big struggle for them. I do think that Ohio State's going to get to like 65. I think it's going to be a 14-point loss, 79-65, Arizona, and then I think Ohio State's season is going to end. But thanks so much for staying tuned with all of our coverage at cleveland.com throughout football season, the national championship, throughout basketball, and then, of course, if Ohio State does come up short this weekend, for more spring football moving forward. For Zach, the man, Vegas pool party legend Rosenblatt from the Arizona Daily Star, I'm Ari Wasserman with cleveland.com. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for staying tuned.